Hey guys, welcome back to How to Build a Bank, or Let's Build a Bank Part 2. So today we are going to finish up the bank. So as you can tell, I did finish off the roof and I did some small stuff on the inside to prepare us for this part instead of using, 90% of our time on a lot of the basic stuff. So basically this is what I used for the roof. I used, I think, light gray clay. And then on the inside, I used diorite for the floor, just plain diorite. For the ceiling, I used our light gray. Again, just got to remember the fact that I'm using the city texture pack on the console versions of Minecraft, so kind of keep that in mind with my textures looking a little bit different than yours. Let's see. What else? Oh yeah, I used brown wool for the walls themselves. As you can tell, I kind of have a layout here for you guys as well for you. We're going to take some night vision in the meantime, since we don't have any light in here. Night vision. Okay, so how about we go over the materials that we will need for this part. So first of all, we will need brown wool, we will need diorite, we will also need gray stained glass, and these are all panes, by the way. Gray stained glass, light gray, white, and black, and you'll see why we need all of those here in a couple minutes. And I'm sure we'll also need a couple other things along the way, like doors and stuff like that, but I think for now this should be a good starting point. So what we're going to do is, when we first walk into our front door, what we're going to do is, if you have your wall, so kind of take a minute, and I'm going to stress this, pause the video if you need to get all this stuff done. I know I did not do this on camera. It was to all save time, so it's very simple. It's just adding light gray to the ceiling and then diorite to the floors. Okay, the rest of it I will walk through with you guys. So now if you unpause the video and got everything done, what we're going to do is we walk in the front door. We want to have a 3-block gap. So 1, 2, 3 on the 4th block. We're going to add in a pillar of brown wool coming all the way up and across. Okay, so just like that. And what we're going to do is come over 1, 2, 3, 4 on the 5th block, add in another pillar. And you should have 2 blocks of walking space left. Now, if you do not have 2 spaces of walking space, or 2 blocks, what you need to do is, if you look, we are right here. So basically all you got to do is just hollow out one of the walls of cobblestone. I mean, you can even kind of see it here. That's all you need to do, and I can actually just replace this with our light gray wool now. So just like that, and then you should have your 2-block gap. You should have a 3-block wall here instead now. So now what you're going to do is, this doesn't really matter what pattern you do it in. So if we take out all the glass panes that we're going to need, you're kind of just alternating between and adding different patterns to it to give it a little bit more uniqueness other than just a plain glass wall. So I'm just going to kind of alter the difference between these two. As you can tell me, I'm just going to alter which ones I use in each individual situation. So like this one is gray, so it's going to look like that. Again, all this is doing is making it to where it's not the same pattern. So maybe have white here instead this time, to where black goes there. Our gray goes here on the corner. And maybe finish off with, we don't want white 3 times in a row. That would be bad. There we go. So now we just kind of continue the same pattern going throughout this entire thing. So gray and then black. So that's pretty much all you're doing, going all the way up 4 blocks tall. Again, very, very simple stuff. So kind of continuing with that theme. So we have these 2 windows right here. All right. So what we're going to do is, I guess, maybe start with this back wall first, because it's more important. So using your brown wool, you're going to start right here, right next to the window, farthest to the back on the side. And wow, night vision's already running out, huh? All right, let me take more of that real quick. Okay, so what we're going to do is, using your brown wool, we're going to come out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 blocks. And you're going to stack it all the way up to the ceiling. This is going to be a office. All right. Alright, so basically the best way to know if you went out the correct length is you should have a 1-block gap right here, or 1-block difference from the window. And then our next wall is actually going to be just on the other side of that same window. Kind of go all the way up again with this. So here's actually where we need our glass, not glass panes, just actual glass blocks. And also we're just going to finish off this wall. Actually, don't do that. We're going to add more glass there as well. So I'm going to take out, I'm going to say maybe some gray stained glass. And basically what you're going to do is kind of just make a outline of a door frame. So a 2-block gap, just like that, for a door. And the rest of it's going to be all glass. And kind of do the same thing with the other wall over here. So it should look something just like this when it's all done. Very, very simple design. If you even wanted to, You could even add just a little more variety to things, but I don't really think you need to do that. I think it's fine the way it is. So now we can see that. Oh, sorry if you guys heard that. Okay, so now we can continue with our next design. So kind of continuing the theme of what we did with the wall here, what you're going to do is kind of just do a pattern starting from here, going all the way over. So I'm going to white, and you can even just alternate between the two until you get all the way over to here. So then bam, and basically what you're going to do is have one more block here, and then you're going to come all the way over to the window and have another 3. And this is going to be kind of your waiting area kind of design. So this is where people, if the bank is busy, if you're waiting for a manager or anything like that, this is where you would come to do so. So just like this, bam, maybe white again there, with another black there. So again, just kind of continuing the exact same theme that we did over on that window. It does not matter what design you put, just kind of alternate between them. That way they do look a little bit different when it comes to design and how things look. And again, your glass might look different than the ones I have. Again, all depending on the texture pack that you are currently using for doing all of this. Because again, remember, I am using the city texture pack. The reason why I keep saying that is because I'm sure somebody will still ask me what texture pack I am using. So I'm trying to make it as clear as possible and as clear as day. That way you guys know why things look different, why I'm using certain materials. Boop. If you can find in your texture pack materials that look similar or, you know, about the same, go ahead and use those if the materials that I'm using look different than what you're used to or from what you like. So again, just kind of bam, there we go. You can see again, and bam. So we are going to add chairs and stuff like that in here. Just for now, we're just kind of adding the front wall to itself. So gray, and then we want another gray. We want black, gray, white, white, black. So I think that should be pretty good when it comes to design. So now I think we're pretty much done with our glass panes. We might still need our white ones for now. So what we're going to do is we also need a carpet. I would maybe go with a gray carpet would look pretty good here. So what we're going to do is using your hoppers and your stairs, we're going to start pretty much adding designs and stuff to the inside. So we're going to add 2 hoppers here, okay? Then using your court stairs, add in a little chair. Use your hoppers on the other side of that and make another little chair, just like this. And we're not going to have anything on this side. This side we're going to leave empty. Reason why I said we need the hoppers is they're kind of small little tabletops. If you put carpet on top of them and they don't clash with the stairs, so it doesn't look like a full block. And then you're going to do the exact same thing over here on the other side. So you can kind of just continue the pattern that you did before. So make sure you crouch, put your whatever things they're called, carpets. And then we make our other chairs here. Bam, bam. Okay, almost done. And then last but not least, what you're going to do is using your hoppers, make a long little table here in the center for waiting. So just like this, bam, bam. Okay, so now we have our waiting area done, and even if you wanted to maybe add in a gap there so people can walk by. Again, small details really do make a big difference when it comes to stuff like this. Okay, so now we need to work on the tellers, or where you actually collect your money. So using our brown wool, we're going to start right here on the front side of the building, right next to this big window. Add in a pillar coming all the way up. Come 1 block away, add a door frame. And we're going to come out 3 more blocks, so 2, 3. So it should be a 3-block wall and a 1-block pillar over on this side. Now we're going to come back 2 more blocks to the side, just like this. Perfect, looking pretty good now. So here we're actually going to need a couple different items. We will need, where are the materials I'm looking for? We will need a dark oak wood slab and a dark oak wood block along with it. So your dark oak wood block is going to start right here on your last block of brown wool, and it's going to come over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 blocks, and your slab is going to come out just 1 block in front of it, kind of with that overhang was the whole purpose of that. And then over on the other side of that counter, you're going to add in a wall that's going to come out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blocks from your slab here. All right, then we can stack this wall all the way up. There we go. Now, using your white stained glass, what we're going to do is add in a small little window for the people to look through that work in the bank. So we're going to have one here, leave a 1 block gap, 1 block gap, or actually it should look something like this. Sorry, so 1, 2, 1, and then you only need a 1 block tall, so the rest of this is going to be solid glass coming all the way over. Perfect, there we go. So I also told you one thing we were waiting on was to add in a window on the back side here, and that's actually what we're going to add now. So I want to add in our window right, so starting here. So 1, 2, get rid of these, just like this. Okay, looking pretty good. And we want to make it 4 blocks wide total. So just getting rid of these, perfect. And we want to keep it 3 blocks tall, so it should look something just like this. And we do want to add in a hopper on the outside here, because there's always those things where like you can like reach out and grab, and that's what we're pretty much doing here. So we're going to do that. Okay. And then what we're going to do is using just plain light stained glass. Actually, let's use our gray stained glass. And we're going to add in a window here. So just like that, now we have that teller's window put in and ready to go. And it's all set there and ready for them. So there we go. And then all we're going to do here is coming over to the right side where we have the 5 blocks that come out past the counter. We're going to have it come out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 blocks. And then on your 7th block, you're going to start it right here. So now here's actually where our vault is going to be. If you're going to have a bank, you need to have a vault, and that's the most important part, right? That's the part that everybody's going to look at. So a couple other things we will need for this are pistons. The reason why I'm using pistons is because they have a little caution arrow on top, which I like the design of. So I'm going to continue with that. I might even use some droppers, and there's a lot of other stuff we could really use, guys. Doesn't really matter what you use for a lot of this stuff. I just like to use some things because I think they look nicer than others. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add in my pistons, connecting these gaps together right here. So 3 block gap. Come 1 block away on the 2nd block, add another set of those. So again, kind of the caution design. This right here, we're actually going to keep open. So obviously this wall here is going to be 3 blocks wide total. That's just for accounting for the safe itself. I'm sure if you wanted to add in a working safe, you could. I don't really think it's necessary though. Again, a lot of that stuff is up to you guys on how you want to go about your business and doing that kind of stuff. So that's good there. Okay. So for the safe itself, I'm going to add in my hoppers like this. So the reason why I'm adding hoppers is because one, I need to be crouching. I like how the hoppers look when it comes to the metal design they have. So I'm going to add it here. And I'm actually only going to add these 3 blocks tall. I'm going to cut my way out. So what I'm going to do next is using the hoppers. I'm going to have them come all the way over. And let's see, what's going to be the best way to do this? Without them facing down. It's a very good question. We could do it this way. Here we go. This could be a pretty simple way. Bam. Alright. And then basically all we want is them facing the insides and outsides. Kind of gives that safe kind of look. Or you could even just use stone or anything like that. That kind of looks, you know, kind of tough and that could withstand a lot of pressure. So there we go. Something just like this. Alright. So now we have our vaults. If you want to make it closed, you can. And then our walls in here are finished. We need to add in a wall here over from the teller side, and that is pretty much it, guys. So what you're gonna do for your vault is you can add chests. You can do pretty much anything you want in here. I would probably put chests. That's the closest thing to like safety deposit boxes and stuff like that, but that's pretty much it for how the bank looks. If you want to add paintings or like desks and stuff like that into the offices, that's all going to be up to you guys. I think we're good enough for now. So thank you for watching, guys. It is greatly appreciated as always. So if you want to add in your parking lots and stuff like that now, you can go ahead. And we should be done. So thank you for watching, guys. It is greatly appreciated, like I said. And bye-bye, and stay tuned in for the next tutorial.